Hey guys, this is Black Cross and welcome to my live stream. So guys, yesterday I was trying to live stream but I had some issues with my computer, but today I can see that it's working perfectly. So let's get started. So today's topic is backtesting. How important is backtesting to a strategy before actually using it on a live trade? So the best thing about the softwares that we use today to analyze our strategies is that they are more advanced and they give you a priority of, they give you that opportunity whereby you can analyze your chart or maybe backtest a strategy by just going back to a certain period of time. It might be like 2018, 2019, 2022, and backtest the strategy to 2022 or even the current market. So that is the best thing of the generation that we are in and the softwares that we're using in this generation. So today we are going to backtest. As usual, I always love using gold. I don't know why, but it's not like it's the only currency I trade, but I think I have drawn like a lot of things. Yeah, so the reason why I'm using these is because I have some support resistance drawn over like a long period of time, so it's going to make this easier for me. I'll be backtesting two of the indicators that I'm using, that is the trend lines with breaks by ALGO and the instruction trading lab. But basically, if you had joined our live stream before, I talked about the instruction trading lab. What it does, you can see this black line over here. That is something that this automatically draws for you. It kind of draws some support and resistance point or some of the key points, key levels, some of the key levels in gold. So yeah, so basically that's instruction trading lab. Okay, so guys, the question is, what's happening to gold? Why is it dropping? Are we going to see some upward movement? Let's say this level has been tested, this zone over here has been tested, and we're seeing some downward movement now for quite some time. We are on a daily time frame, so it has been dropping from, when was this one, to today is on a Monday, so Friday dropped, Thursday, from Wednesday we've been seeing some drop in gold after a major upward movement. This kind of tampered with our strategy. Remember guys, we were on a downward trend. We had these analyses where we had predicted some key levels being tested, and yes, the levels were tested, but what was not tested was this zone that you were expecting to see some great movement towards this zone over here, but that never really happened. But that aside guys, that is just a preview of what we had analyzed or what you were expecting from the market before this major move going upwards. I know I haven't really done another live stream ever since that moment, but there are some key levels. As you can see, I'm stretching, and yeah, these are some of the levels that were marked that we were looking forward to, but the market decided to break out going upwards, and now it's coming down. So let's see how low it might go, but I don't know. Right now it feels pretty much that we might be going back to an upward trend for quite some time, or maybe we'll see maybe some downward move. You can never predict the market. So that aside, oh shoot, I need to pay for this. Okay, so that aside, we're going to replay and backtest Okay, what I want to test today is how convenient is the trending lines with breaks. Really important for you as a trader while using the support and resistance. So that is one of the strategies that I'm going to use. I want to know if this is going to work out for me on support and resistance. Like, we always trade the support and resistance, but one thing that you never sure about is when there is a real breakout going downwards or a real breakout going upwards, as you can see around this zone over here. But let me just go back to, yeah, I think that is a little bit better. I should have gone back further. No, let me see if I can. Okay, let's bring it to this level. Yeah, this one will be better. Okay guys, so we are in 2020 if I'm not wrong. So let's see how this plays out as I try and analyze the trend lines with ALGO, with breaks, sorry, by ALGO. So I'm just gonna zoom this out. Okay, so this is our candlestick. This is our movement. We have some support and resistance drawn, and you want to see how the market is going to play out using the trend lines. You can already see the green line and the red dotted lines. Wow. That was a false breakout, but not really. Wow. Guys, so I'm just gonna pause that a little. So this is a dotted line, the red one. As you can see, we saw like a breakout from this zone over here, but it wasn't really that strong of a breakout. So we saw that breakout, the signal disappear for quite some time, and then there was an upward movement, just a little. You can see this movement just a little, and then this one we had another signal over here, and we've seen this kind of a breakout coming down. So at this point we can see, remember, this was our support and resistance level at that time. So we want to see if this is going to break out going downwards or going upwards, and if at all this is going to give us a strong signal of having a strong signal of a breakout going out of the resistance level. Okay, so let's see how this plays. Okay guys, we have another support drawn for us. Not actually a support, I had to pause that. This you can see this candlestick over here, over this zone over here. This was some high kind of a movement, so there was some sort of liquidity that was left around this zone over here. So when the market decided to come down to this level and go up, this was one of the levels that had to be tested. So one thing about the instructional trading lab, it gives you some of the key points, some of the high level points where we have seen like some high liquidity or some volatility in the market. So yeah, some strong volatility in the market. So right now you can see like it just automatically drew the line to this level, making it one of the best zones to watch out for, maybe for another sell or maybe another breakout. So let's see how this plays out. So guys, this indicator is one of the best indicators so far. If you do not know where there is like some high movements or where the volatility of the market started, you can always use Instructional Trading Lab to automatically draw that for you. That is why I love trading in this generation. You don't have to draw a lot of things. You just need to understand the market, understand what happened, what moved at this level, what was left at this zone. And yeah, so when we talk about liquidity, we always know that whenever there is some strong movement towards either going downwards or upward, the market will have to test that level again, because it's like how can I let me just explain this in a basic language. Let's say you wanted to buy maybe shoes that they were going for, let's say you have like really a lot of money, so much that you can affect the price of the market, right? So you know that if you buy these shoes, maybe you're a business person, you want to buy these shoes at a very low price, and then you sell them at a higher price. So you decide to go and buy them at a lower price, which is, let's say, $70, and then you decide to sell them. You want to sell them at let's say $300. So what you do, being that you run the market, the rule of law and the rule of supply and demand is, first you make the items scarce so that you can have multiple people fighting for fewer goods, which will allow you to increase the price of the item. So once you've increased the price of the item going upwards, remember, you're not the only person in the market, so most people will be selling at that price. And now, you being a business person, you've already sold all your 300 the shoes that you bought at 70 for $300, and now you feel like it's time for me to buy again. So you will have to control the market maybe and make the prices go down by making the issues be multiple in the market, so that those people who have it will have to sell it at a lower price, which will allow you like to go back and buy the items again. I don't know if I'm confusing you, but I feel like I'm confusing you, being that I'm talking so much about the business, but yeah, it's something like that. So at these points over here, the financial institutions decided to sell, being that they bought these at a very low price, so they decided to sell it at this point, which was a higher price. So they sold it to this level over here, and then from this level they said, okay, you can see this kind of buy-ins, mostly retail and maybe some small financial institutions buying and buying. So to this level over here, this was high level. So when we get to this point over here, most of us want to sell, and the big institutions that sold at this level left some liquidity over there, so they want to sell what is remaining from that point, so that the market can go towards their direction, so that they can buy again and come and sell at their preferred level. Okay, that is just the same way as, you see, at this point, you as a trader will want to sell your currencies, and your broker, when you're selling your currency, your broker is buying your currency. For you might feel like, okay, I'm selling it at a higher price. Your broker will be buying it, but for you it should be a profit for you, and they will be also making a profit, being that they will be buying it at a price that is not as high as they bought it. It's not as expensive as they bought it. So they'll be also making some profits out of it. So when you're buying, you're buying it at a certain price, which for you as a trader is the lowest level. You feel like this is cheap, let me buy from this zone and make profits at this level over here. Your broker will be selling it to you at a price where you will be feeling like you've entered the market at the right place, but for them they entered a little bit lower than that, so they will be still making profits. So that is what really actually happens in the market. When you're selling to your broker. When you're buying from your broker. So in case you incur losses, like you took a buy position but the market goes on a sell, they still win, right? Because they bought at a level and it kept on dropping, meaning they're going to have to sell it to you at a certain level. When the market will be going up, they'll be selling at a lower price than the amount that you sold to them. So that is what basically happens in the market. So let's keep on watching how this strategy works. Right. So guys, you can see the support and resistance like for new levels, and now we're waiting for maybe a breakout, either going up or maybe going downwards. Okay, we have that signal. Too bad. Another one. Wow, now this one was perfect. This signal over here, this one was perfect. You can see like it was a breakout signal given at this point. We saw some movement, but this was a bit scary going upwards. Like we have seen that, like when you're trading more so using the support and resistance levels, we are always watching out for a breakout from those zones. More so once the levels have been tested like once, twice, or maybe 3 times, we're always looking out for like another breakout, either going upwards or going downwards. So at this level, if you've been trading for quite some time, we have seen some false breakout from the support and resistance zones, whereby the market drops to this zone over here, and then before you know it, it comes to this level, goes up, and then it breaks. Just it goes up and also and proceeds playing the same game, ranging within those zones. But for this to happen, this is beautiful, a breakout signal, and we saw this play out so perfectly. Let's see from this on. This is quite some pips, huh? This is amazing. This is amazing, guys. If you took like a breakout at this point, if you are on this trade, remember this is 1844, you get this signal, you hold on to your sales, this comes and happens, and almost poor scared at this zone, and you can still see like this keeps on dropping and dropping, and it doesn't really stop at around 17, it stops at 1687 at this point, but it might be dropping lower. So let's see how this happens. So if you are holding your sales for how many days, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14, for 14 days, if you are holding your trades for 2 weeks, that is for 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 weeks and 2 days, you would have made like a lot of money, a lot of it. That's a lot of pips, guys. Like even 10,000 pips. So we can see this level again. This are some of the zones that has been drawn over a period of time, some of the interesting zones or critical zones for gold, where you can see like some support and resistance forming through those zones. And yeah, so you can always test your strategies, see how it works out. And guys, you can also, one thing about this is you can always predict, using these strategies you can always predict when the market is buying, when it's selling. So guys, another breakout going upwards, though this one did not give us like one of the best signals as the ones the one that you were given before on that breakout, which was around, like, if this was going to be so accurate was through this line over here, but we got a breakout not through the support and resistance that we had drawn between these two lines, but through these dotted lines over here. There was a breakout from that line, and we can see it's working perfectly. So let's see if it's going to test this zone again, or if it's going to go beyond that zone. Remember, this was one of the critical zones that we had. So let's see how this plays out. Okay, I missed that point, did not really test the zone. So another breakout, false breakout. But the breakout will still be written there, the signal being that it just broke out of the red line. Okay, now that's a strong move. See that? It's good to know how confusing the market can be. At times it's not like we have a poor strategy or anything. At times we're just not patient enough with our profits. In the market we are scared of losses, so we tend to close our profits a little bit faster than how long we hold on to our losses. So the market can play through the zones that you have drawn for quite some time, but the fear that we have of losing can make us close some of our trades a little bit faster. So guys, at this zone over here, there are some of the key areas. You can see another line has been drawn. There is one thing that I wanted to talk about. We could see some levels being tested not once but twice. Now that's a ranging market. It's not going higher than that, it's just playing around the same zone. So let's see if there will be some movement. That level has been tested again. And now another breakout going upward. So guys, if I were in this trade right now, I would have had another line around this zone over here. Yeah, so guys, you can see the support and resistance that we had drawn like a little bit earlier on, it's still very important in the market, meaning there are some zones that are going to get tested, or there is a point in the market, a point in time in the market when these zones will have to be tested again. So yeah, another breakout that has been perfect on the zone. So you can see that level is also getting tested. And you know about the patterns in the market, yeah, where we have the rising flag, the falling flag, what they mean and what they do to the market. Okay, so guys, that's where we are today. So what I'm going to expect in this market is I'll be expecting for this market to come to this, to test this level over here. I have levels that I've been drawing for quite some time now. There is this level over here. That's okay if we wait for the market to see how it's gonna play after it gets to this point over here. If it breaks out, it's gonna come to this level, and then we'll be able to see some push going upwards in the market. So this is where we are today on gold. So I'll be waiting for it to drop maybe to this zone over here, which is 1733 areas, before we see some play in the market. It might also just drop to this level over here, which is 1694, and then we see some movement going upwards, or maybe movement going downwards. So let's see how the market is going to play out today. That is just an overview of what backtesting is. We could see some of the zones that has been so critical to gold, some of the zones that has been tested over and over, and also we've seen how perfect these breakouts are. When they are indicated on our support and resistance, we've seen how they play perfectly on some occasions, in some occasions and not that much. So as we always say, that indicators are not 100% correct. You need to use your analysis, or maybe some sentimental or fundamental analysis to guide you on what position to be in the market. So this was what we had today, our analysis for today. I hope that you learned the importance of backtesting. If you didn't, then I don't really know how to explain it to you. Backtesting generally helps you know if the indicator that you're using can help you, like at what percentage For this one, I can say it works like for 78 to 80% of the time. And we've seen like in some of the breakouts you get the signal a little bit earlier. In some of the breakout, when it comes to the support and resistance level, we get a breakout a little bit later. And the reason being that is that they have the green dots, and these are some of the zones that they have marked to be critical for them. So when these breakouts happen at these levels over here, they see that they were a breakout. But for us, we were waiting for a breakout from these support and resistance levels, which as so far as you can see hasn't been quite a big deal, like 100% as we thought it was going to be, because for like this one there was this breakout. I just wish that these would have been indicated around these zones over here. So guys, this is what we've learned today, backtesting a strategy to see if it works perfectly. And for the instructional trading lab, we can see that it has worked perfectly, not 100% though, but it has given us some of the critical zones where we've seen some high liquidity or upward or maybe downward movements in the market. And one thing that I know is that this level over here, this level has to be tested. Being that this has been drawn, we know that the market will have to come back to this level. So the question is, right now we are seeing some correction in the market going down after this strong movement going upwards. We're waiting for the market to come to some levels before we actually see an upward movement. I don't know if the market is going to proceed to go down, as most people predicted that the market will be dropping to 1575. At the moment, you don't see that happening. At the moment, I feel like this is going to give us, this drop that we are having over here is going to give us another pattern that we'll be able to see if the market will be going upwards or if it will be going downwards. And if it's going to go downwards, we'll have to draw another downward trend movement just to be sure that we are on the right track so that we don't miss out. So guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining my live stream. I would really appreciate to know the kind of videos that you'd like me to upload, so that I can keep on uploading live streams or making videos that will help you as a beginner trader or intermediate trader to grow, and will help you understand the few things that you need to do as a trader so that you can make some great moves. Ask for anything, I'll be willing to dive deep to analyze and know what to answer. If I do not know clearly what that actually means, I have like a lot of friends who are in the trading market, and they will be so willing to join just to help you understand what you are asking about or what you need to understand about the forex market. So guys, this is it for today. Thank you so much for joining my live stream, and I wish you a successful week, a profitable week throughout this week. So let's see how today gold is gonna play out, and also we'll be looking at EURUSD and USD CHF. Those are some of the currencies that I really love trading, and also which currency, and also Euro GPY. So meanwhile, that's it for today, guys. Let me just have a look at what's happening to the dollar index. We can see some movement going upwards for quite some time, so that's the reason as to why we can see gold dropping. So let's see how long it's gonna drop before it actually starts going up. So guys, that's it for today, until next time.